pleased to be joined at halftime by the president of Wayne State University, Dr. Emory Wilson. Dr. Wilson, President Wilson, thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Well, look, let me get started this way. And what's been some of the challenges for you of guiding a major university like Wayne State through a pandemic that we haven't seen in over a century?
Well, it's been stressful, but, I've got a really good team of public health individuals who meet on a regular basis. They look at the data. They look at all the research. In fact, there are a lot of the people who do some of the research on COVID-19 and the vaccines. And they've been advising us. And so far, I think they've done a very good job of advising us. We've been out of no major troubles. I think we've been able to navigate this pretty well.
We know the pandemic isn't over, so what is Wayne State ensuring? What is Wayne State doing? What are you doing to ensure the safety of your students, the faculty, and, of course, this whole campus?
Yeah, we've been very strict. We've been very conservative. We did the vaccine mandate early on. We have a mask mandate for indoors. The first few football games I was here, I enjoyed it, but I realized that there's a lot of people here, and we weren't checking to see if they were vaccinated. And athletics is one of the areas that I think that it's a potential spreader event.
Right.
And so that's why we changed the rules for this game moving forward. Is that in order to come in, you have to be vaccinated, and if you're not, you have to wear a mask.
Right.
So we're doing some things which cause some people to feel like it's a bit inconvenient, but safety first has been our motto.
You've got students, obviously staff, faculty, everybody's back on campus right now. You talked about people being here in the stands. How's that going so far as keeping everybody safe? And how is it going so far as people adjusting to the new rules that the pandemic has brought on, President Wilson?
Yeah, the university community has been great. I just got some statistics just this past week that over 98% of our faculty have been vaccinated. Mm-hmm. Over 92-93% of our students have already been vaccinated. And, actually 94% of our students and over 91% of our staff. Mm-hmm. Those are really high numbers when you compare it to, the rest of society and certainly even the rest of other universities. And so our university community has just been great, and they've been, I think, generally very, very understanding and have listened to the advice that we've been giving them. And I just feel generally very pleased.
And that's not a surprise to you because the whole Wayne State campus, the whole Wayne State University, faculty, staff, students, they've all been receptive to everything you've done since you've been here as president. So obviously not a surprise to you that they've been really receptive towards all of this.
Well, I do appreciate this because, certainly we want to make sure everybody stays safe. I know that sometimes things are inconvenience, but as you know, I'm a physician and an epidemiologist, and mm-hmm. I take these things very, very seriously. And so I just appreciate the attitude that our community have had and just the way they've handled it.
Another area that Wayne State has really excelled, your graduation rate keeps improving from year to year to year. And I want to know, what's been the key to that improvement in your graduation rate here at Wayne State?
Well, we do a lot of services, particularly for at-risk kids. And Tony, let me tell you a statistic which I think is just staggering.
Sure.
From last year to this year, our graduation rate for our black students improved by 9.8 percentage points. That's like phenomenal.
Absolutely.
In 2012, our graduation rate for black students was 7.6%. It's over 35% now. Our graduation rate for overall is over 55% now. And by next year, we know that it's going to be over 60%. This is huge improvement. And when you think about it, just to put it in context, several years ago, 2018, we got a national award for having the best rate of improvement in our graduation rate of any other university in the country. Mm-hmm. And that rate of improvement was 21 percentage points over 7 years. So when you break that down, that's about 3 percentage points a year. Well, we did almost 10 for our black students in 1 year.
That's impressive.
So that is, I'm just so proud of our staff. They've taken this as a personal challenge and have put a lot of effort into it. And I just couldn't be prouder of them.
The other impressive thing, too, about that improvement in the graduation rates is that those graduates are willing to give back to the community. They're willing to give back to the city of Detroit. The whole Warrior Strong campaign, you see it all over Detroit, and Wayne State graduates are making a major impact here in the city of Detroit.
Well, that's part of our mission, right? It's to have a local impact as well as a global impact, and our graduates, take that to heart. It's just the kind of students that we have, the kind of faculty that we have.
President Wilson, U.S. News and World Report also came out recently with their look at graduates and look at colleges all around the United States. How did Wayne State fare in those reports?
Yeah, we fared very well. I mean, there were a number of categories where we did well. For example, in our nursing school, it was ranked 43rd in the country. That's the undergrad nursing. The graduate nursing was even higher. Mm-hmm. So we've done very well. But the thing that I'm most proud of is that we were the best in Michigan on social mobility, and number 66 in the country on that. Now, what social mobility means is taking kids who are from a lower socioeconomic level and graduating them. Mm-hmm. At-risk kids, minority kids, kids who are Pell eligible.
Yep.
These are the hardest kids to graduate and get to a higher socioeconomic level. And, I mean, that's what social mobility is all about. And the fact that we're number one in the state. This is a new rating. It just started 3 years ago. I'm glad the U.S. News and World Report are doing that now, because when you think about it, I mean, that's what education is about. Higher ed is about, is to take people, put them from one socioeconomic level and give them a chance to live the American dream and get into another socioeconomic level.
President Wilson, what's next on your agenda? What's next on your docket for Wayne State for improvement in the campus?
Well, we're looking forward to the opening of our arena, which is just, within sight of here.
Yes.
I toured it, and it's magnificent. And as you know, we're going to be opening on November 5th against a team which, hopefully we won't have any trouble beating University of Michigan, but we'll see.
It seems like a lot of fun. And I got to ask you a question. When Rob Fournier, your athletic director, 2 years ago, came up here on this stage and said, we're going to have a new arena, which was great. And he said, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a Big Ten team in here. He told me that, and I didn't want to look at him like he was crazy, but President Wilson, I looked at him like he was crazy.
Yeah.
Rob Fournier told the truth. When you first heard his plan of bringing in a Big Ten team, did you think he was crazy?
Well, there's no incentive for a Division I Big Ten team to come and play at a Division II school. I mean, there's just no incentive for them to do that. But we're very grateful that University of Michigan is coming down here. We appreciate it. We may not win, but we're gonna have a good showing. I can guarantee you that.
You might win.
You might win. You never know.
Exactly.
That's why we play.
It's sports. You never know.
You never know. But regardless of whether we win or we don't, we're gonna show up.
Nice. Yeah. I think it's going to be a blast. I look forward to being here on November 5th when the game takes place, and save me a seat in the President's Suite.
All right.
Yes.
We'll do. Okay.
Don't let Rod and Joe in. Let them stay outside. Just put me in so I can just wave to them and say hello.
All right. It's a deal.
Thank you. President Dr. Roy Emory Wilson, thank you very much for the interview. Thank you very much for the time here at halftime. I really appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure.
Look forward to seeing you on November 5th. Halftime here at Adams Field, 17-0. Saginaw Valley State leads Wayne State. Joe and Rod will have a preview of the second half. Hopefully Wayne State can make a comeback in the second half. We'll be right back.